Hi guys, how are you doing? Have you ever been in a situation whereby you have to decide between two skills that seems to serve similar purpose? A long time ago, before I get to learn copywriting, I was stuck to which one to go for. Copywriting or content writing? I know most of us here are in similar situations. You already heard about copywriting, but you're curious, because you want to know if content writing is similar to copywriting. While some already know the answer to the question, but want to know which is lucrative. I get you. In this video, I will be explaining to you in details, including difference and similarities, if at all there's any. Let's get started.
Okay, so copywriting or content writing, we've said there are little or more difference between the two, as in between copywriting and the content writing. So the first one we'll be looking into is the content writing. So what is content writing? What content writing is used to educate or entertain the readers. Content writing can be used for any purpose apart from making sales. But most of the time, the purpose of writing a content is to educate, to bring something to the knowledge of their audience, or to the knowledge of the consumer, to entertain them, to teach them some stuff. So that is the main purpose of the content writing or a content writer. Content as a whole is the driving force behind all successful digital marketing campaigns. All brands need content to keep their business moving, but still there is or are difference between content writing and copywriting, and the main difference is that content writing is not used to the main purpose is not to make sales. Yes, after writing a content, you might make little sales from it, like get money from the content you've written out, but still that does not change the fact that the purpose of writing a content, the purpose of the content writing, or the purpose of the content written is not to make sales. It is just to entertain, educate, or to do some other stuff apart from making sales. So now you might have gone through a site and you've seen blog. Most of them are written by a content writer, although not all, but most are written by a content writer. Other place where you can find the work of a content writing, or where you can find the work of a content writer is ebook, news article, social media post, email newsletter, blog post, and video script. Don't forget this. The purpose of a content writer is to entertain, educate the readers. And now, so let's go to copywriting. So now, since we've known what content writing is all about, so now the next thing is to talk on what copywriting is all about. So copywriting is a persuasive word. You need to know something. No matter how or the form in which it is, always the thing, the main purpose is still to make sales. So that is why I said the other time that the main difference between content writing and copywriting is that one is to make sales and the other is not to make sales. So while writing a copy, you need to have it in mind that the main purpose of writing this copy is to make sales. As we already know that to get someone to buy your product, you need to be persuasive enough. So that is why copywriting is a persuasive word. Having said that, now we can see that there is at least little difference between copywriting and content writing. One is to make sales, while the other is not to make sales but to entertain, educate, or do other stuff apart from making sales.
Having said that, now content writing can be a written word. Copywriting can also be a written word. So how do we distinguish if an article is a content writing or copywriting?
So now the first step to distinguish if an article you are reading or a copy you are reading or if a written word you are reading is a work of a copywriter or a content writer. The first thing to look into is the purpose. to look at the purpose. What is the purpose of this article? Why did they write this article? Then what is it for? Now, the main factor that distinguishes copywriting from content writing is the purpose. Remember, we always said the main purpose of the content writing is not for sales, while that of the copywriting is for sales. So you need to look at the purpose of the copy you are reading. So now the next one you have to look into is emotion. Emotion. It has been established that one way to get people to take action while writing your copy is to trigger their emotion. Like one of my books on copywriting, I wrote about some emotion that triggers buying and the reason why people make sales, how you can trigger people's emotion in such a way that they will make sales. They will ask for the order, in such a way that they will want to buy what you're selling. So when writing a copy, if you're writing a copyright, and if you're reading a copy that has to do with copyright, that is written by a copywriter, there will always be some kind of factor that triggers emotion. So because it's most time necessary to make a good copy. But in the case of the content writing, it is not really necessary because the main purpose is just to educate and entertain. So therefore, try to trigger people's emotion is not necessary while writing. In the case of the content writing, looking at the grammar. So another thing that can make us distinguish copywriting from content writing is the grammar. If you are following me closely, you will note that don't if you have been following what we call copywriting, because if you've heard about copywriting before, you know that they do say you don't need to be an English guru, you don't need to be a guru in English before you can become a good copywriter. Yes, your copy can still be effective without being perfect in English or in grammar. But in the case of the content writing, you have to have a good background in English, as an error in your grammar can turn off your readers. So, and then last one we're looking into is the length. I'm not saying it is just 4 ways that you can distinguish it, but I'll be talking just 4 in this video. Then the last one here will be the length. Talking about the length, the content writing is always lengthy than that of the copywriting due to the purpose. The purpose is to entertain, to educate, and when trying to educate someone, you might have to go through details and details and details. Except for when it comes to the type of a copywriter, you can change the art of a posters or buyers with just 2 words. That you don't need to go through the long way to make people buy or do anything. So those these are the 4 factors we'll be looking at and how to distinguish copywriting from content writing. So let's talk little on the relationship between the content writing and copywriting. So we already know the difference between them and then how to identify if a copy is a copywriting or if a content is a content writing. So now the relationship between the content writing and copywriting, one of it is that both of them can be used for SEO, as search engine optimization. It does not matter whether a content writer or a copywriter wrote the SEO, whether it is the work of whether SEO as search engine optimization was written by a content writer or copywriter, it does not really matter. What matters is how it is being written. If it is written by a content writer and it is written well, it will still outsmart that of a content writer. If it is written by a copywriter and it is written well, it will still outsmart that of a content writer when it comes to SEO writing, and then vice versa, depending on who writes it. In as much it is written well, it will still rank well on Google. But when we talk about SEO optimization, it is better to let a content writer write it, because remember, the purpose of a content writer is to educate, entertain. So therefore, it will be more educative if a content writer can be given the job of writing a SEO optimization for someone's website or the like, because good writing serves as a foundation for any brand voice, and the absence of it will prevent you from being able to turn lead to prospect. So therefore, you need to be able to rank well in Google. You need a kind of a good content. And then, talking about SEO, I think a content writer is going to do better, but does not really matter whether it's written by a content writer or a copywriter. So in summary, what I'm trying to say is that the relationship between the content writer and the copywriter is that both of them can be used in terms of SEO optimization.
Mind you, while writing a copy for a business, take your time. Do not rush so as to finish on time. Doing this might ruin your content, as you might make some mistakes unconsciously. Therefore, take it slowly. Hear the music before the song is over. Oh, you made it here. Congratulations. Now we will look into which is more lucrative between copywriting and content writing. Copywriting is much more lucrative than content writing because it has to do more on sales than content writing. It links the reader to the buyer, thereby enhancing customer-seller relationship. The more valuable your writing is, the more you can charge. If you want to learn the secret to writing a great copy, so you can start writing like a pro, click the link in the description below.